Good morning.
Good morning, Leland. A bizarre sight once again for folks in Shelbyville this morning. Inspectors are hard at work right now trying to repair the massive hole that's opened up once again on a main thoroughfare. News Channel 5 Sophie Nielsen-Colding shows us the mess in Bedford County.
It's easy to spot where this is. You can see all of the cones in the parking lot behind the Chamber of Commerce here in Shelbyville. Now, the city manager wanted to stress that the damage is to some of the old piping, not the new piping that was just installed a couple of years ago, because this just happened back in 2015. A bad rainstorm actually collapsed another part of the old pipe, and the city had to dip into its emergency reserve fund to fix it. We're talking about $600,000. Now, that had caused a massive hole in the parking lot between the city police and fire departments, but the city had just borrowed more than $1 million to pay for 2 other ones earlier that year. So these are expensive repairs. The city manager's office said that they will give updates as they get them. They still have engineers out here that are going to be inspecting all of this, seeing the extent of the damage, and then hopefully deciding how much it's going to cost. In Shelbyville, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Sophie. In other news, another school is still in shock this morning after a deadly shooting. A 17-year-old girl was killed at a Birmingham High School. Another student was hurt when shots rang out yesterday. The mayor says the teenager killed was a senior who had dreams of becoming a nurse. Police say they're still looking through surveillance video and talking to witnesses, but at this point they say it appears to be an accidental shooting. The state is calling on Tennessee teenagers to create powerful videos to help end opioid abuse among young men and women. One video will be used in a statewide advertising campaign. The deadline to submit an entry is April 11th. Full details and rules are posted on tntogethercontest.com. Adult film star Stormy Daniels is standing by her story and insists she will get the chance to tell what she knows about President Trump. She's suing him because she wants to tell about her intimate relationship with the commander-in-chief. Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, filed suit to get the non-disclosure agreement invalidated. The legal document prevented her from talking about their alleged relationship, but she claims it's not worth the paper it was written on because President Trump never signed it. He apparently used an alias instead. The White House has not commented on that lawsuit. Tough questions remain after former Nashville Mayor Megan Barry was charged with a felony. More and more questions are the topic of discussion. Was she treated more harshly than other public officials who got in trouble with the law? Well, that depends on who you ask. Some people point to another News Channel 5 investigation that caught former County Clerk John Ariola performing weddings on taxpayer time and then pocketing the money. DA Tory Johnson cut a deal that allowed Ariola to resign in exchange for not being prosecuted. But this week, DA Glenn Funk insisted that Barry walk into court, plead guilty to a felony, and then resign. Former prosecutor and legal expert Jim Todd questions whether Funk had even more embarrassing evidence.
None of us know because we don't know what proof there was against her. As they did a criminal information, there was no discovery, and no discovery means that you and me can't go to the clerk's office and see what the evidence is.
DA Funk has not publicly commented on what went into his decision or the legal wranglings that led up to the plea deal. Our coverage of this still ever-changing story continues on air and online. Download the News Channel 5 app, check our website and Facebook page for around-the-clock updates.